Good afternoon, class. Welcome to our presentation on Home on the Morning Train by Kim Hines, being presented by Jordan Brown
and Jacqueline Rojas.
Please be advised, this play covers very touchy subjects such as racism, anti-Semitism, and slavery.
And be sure to grab your tissues while you watch this. The setting of Home on the Morning Train jumps between two periods in time, the first being Berlin, Germany in 1939 at the beginning of the Second World War, and the second being Talladega, Alabama in 1839 when slavery was legal in the United States. The story follows Rivka, a young Jewish girl sheltered in a German barn with her little brother Aaron and many other Jewish youths who have been separated from their families due to the takeover of the Nazis.
As the children shelter in the barn, they stumble upon a book Rivka's cousin sent to her from America, written by former black slave Mary Cunningham, who we will later meet in the play as the character known as Brave Mary. As Rivka reads the story to each of the Jewish youths, they all find kindred spirits in each of the characters mentioned in the book, seeing as how both parties are on similar paths to freedom and safety from the hands of oppressors. Towards the latter end of the play, we see events unfold that lead to each cast of characters' liberation in search of a better tomorrow from a darker past.
Kim Hines was born in Detroit, Michigan on October 14, 1955. She began her earliest introduction to theater as a child actress in Children's Theater Company of Minneapolis. In college, she received her bachelor's degree in speech theater and visual arts at Macalester College in St. Paul, Minnesota.
When Kim Hines first got into directing and playwriting, she was heavily geared towards plays that confront social issues and change in the lives of African Americans, as well as within gay and lesbian communities. All these plays which she earned many rewards from. When asked about her work with children's theater, she described it as pushing her in a direction that allowed her to see the world in a non-adult way and applying the five senses to see what writing truly is, a gift.
One of the many tactics Kim Hines uses in Home on the Morning Train is passage of time. The story jumps back and forth between 1939 and 1839, thus creating the elements of having one story within another story. She also adds song from each perspective to give it an organic feeling, such as the black characters singing Wade in the Water as they hop on a boat heading north leading to the Underground Railroad.
In regards to David Wood's points on ideas for the stage, Home on the Morning Train uses the tactics of realism and the quest to drive home its plot, which makes sense in the regard of the story since it features characters with an overall objective to reach lands of freedom and opportunity while also staying true to historical context. David Wood taught us there are many ingredients for how to make good children's theater. While reading the play, we noticed there was a significant amount of suddenly moments, specifically sudden interruptions or changes to a scene, like how one scene where we see Rivka and Aaron talking, we would see characters like Brave Mary and Katie May talking. We also get presented with the obvious notion of a life or death situation where characters are presented with a choice of either pushing forward to freedom or turning back and die.
Another factor from David Wood we had to decipher was how would a child audience receive Home on the Morning Train differently than an adult audience? Well, we do know that children are far more than adults generate a great sense of electricity in the theater. Therefore, they will be on the edge of their seats when presented with a life or death situation presented in the story. It also goes hand in hand with children responding to justice when the heroes of the story earn the reward in the end. After reviewing Moses Goldberg's stages of aesthetic development, we collectively decided this play is better suited for Stage 5, the choice audience for ages 14 and up, due to the fact that this play does feature very mature themes and darker historical context.
We also took notice how the play makes use of language of symbols like Baruch handing each of the children a different colored marble to give themselves good fortune on their travels, as well as the aesthetic of action that has meaning, like how in the end of the play on page 337, Ruth wraps the book in her scarf and kisses it for good fortune, while she hears the voice of Mary echoing in her head as she looks into the sky with hope in her heart and a smile on her face.
When asked if this play could be represented as participation theater or family theater, Jordan and I collectively agreed on a big N-O, spelling no.
The reason for this being is because this play is far from being family friendly. It features very touchy subjects that would make certain members of the audience feel quite uncomfortable. Plus, it's sending the wrong message having small children involved in such a dark and grounded story. This ain't Blue's Clues, y'all.
After reading the play, I can conclude that this play is a solid 10 due to the fact that it felt as if I was in the point of view of the characters as they journey through different events that can either lead them to freedom or to their doom.
Yeah, so remember when I gave the play a 6 out of 10 when we were in class the last time? I thoroughly take it back. This play is an easily 10 out of 10 experience for me. As I was reading deeper into the play, I was on the edge of my seat. and was rooting for the characters to find their freedom and find their way to victory. It was really an experience to behold.
The way this production affected me mentally and emotionally, it hits close to home because if I lived in a dark time such as this one, I would feel the same way as the characters did. So, in a way, I could relate to two strong women like Rivka and Mary because all women are queens.
So, without sugarcoating things, I definitely cried. And yes, men, you can cry while also reading a good play. It's 2022, man up. In all honesty, though, the play had such very strong themes and really taught us how we can never return to the dark times of the past in order for us to create a better future.